This is our neighborhood in Austin, which is pretty old by Texas standards. It was built in the mid-1950s. I know that's comical to a lot of you that we consider that old. It has cute mid-century homes and a lot of mature trees, which is really nice. Shade is a necessity here. I took this footage in the springtime when the bluebonnets, our state flower, were in bloom. We had this nice big patch of them in our front yard. And this is our house. Please just ignore the lack of plant life. All of our gardening efforts are put into our backyard. Stay tuned to see the recent revamp of our utility room and scenes from our life in Austin, including lots of food porn like this.
Salut, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Beth, and we're moving to France! We're transforming an old townhouse into our home and an artsy event space.
So come on along. Just beyond our kitchen is an extension on the back of the house that serves as a utility room. This is how it looked before we gave it a makeover. We've never really liked the slate tile nor the bright aqua blue walls, which now clash with our fresh new kitchen. I plan to retile our entryway floor in Amboise, so this is the perfect project to practice on.
We did a mini remodel on this laundry area years ago, but it needed a refresh. We wanted to repaint it and get rid of the curtains, which I had hoped would be useful to block the noise of the washer and dryer, but they really weren't. They were just kind of in the way. I mean, we can tape it off and paint around it, whatever you think would be easier.
Let's remove it. Here's one of the little gifts of shoddy work that the house flipper left for us. A partial wall built right on top of the old baseboard trim. Isn't that nice? So the baseboards had to be cut around that and removed in pieces.
The thing is, this texture is so gloopy, you can't really tell if you've made a mess or not.
Then it was time to remove that nasty tile. Lucky for us, they weren't installed very well. Huge sections of them came out really easily.
That's crazy.
That saves a lot of time. Finally, all of the old tile was gone, and we were left with a nice, level, concrete subfloor. And the new tile could go right in.
Jojo, are you helping? Are you helping? Yeah. The project took longer than we had expected, as they always seem to do. In between DIY sessions, I took our scruffy little dude to the groomer. You wanna go get a haircut? Oh, you think we're going on a walk? Hey, this way. Let's go get in the car. Up. Good boy. Get in your seat. Good boy. Get in your seat. It's the cutest little grooming salon ever, right next to a really great vintage store. You ready to go get that haircut? Hang on. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Look so handsome. Were you a good boy? You were.
Finally, all the tiles had been set in place, and Inspector Jojo approved the work. We opted for black grout to blend in with the design on the tiles. It was a mess. I didn't do it right, and the next time I'll do it in smaller sections. All right, this footage makes me anxious. Cut to more food porn. Trimming it out. So much of trim is the appearance of continued continuity.
Mm-hmm.
And then the caulking is what really makes it look done.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how that works. It's not looking great.
It's coming along. Jojo's gotta check it out. You checking it out? Does it look good? How's it looking?
So one of the challenges of renovating an old house, the challenges are the same no matter whether it's a place in France that's hundreds of years old or a place built in 1955, like this house. We painted this room kind of a white color, and I wanted to replace this beige receptacle with a white one. And so I thought, well, I've done that a million times. You just put the new one in there. But then you start uncovering all kinds of problems that take this from a 10-minute job, like putting this plate on, to a several hours figuring things out. There's several problems here. There are 6 wires in here because somebody has tapped in to another circuit to add this receptacle or add some other ones. So there are 3 neutrals and 3 hots. all crammed into this tiny little box from 1955 that is also detaching from what we call the stud in North America, the wooden frame. So now I have to figure out the best way to handle this so that when I'm done with it, the receptacle is straight and not flopping around. Typical. Okay, so I didn't have to take 2 hours to repair the box. I always think the worst, but I essentially had to replace the box, the old work box, and put in a new work box, which is one of those plastic ones. And even though there were a lot of wires in there, they make new connectors that are very slim that allow me to safely and correctly put all the wires together and then wire them onto the one outlet. So all in all, this thing took start to finish about an hour to wire in correctly and fit in there. So I'm happy with it.
How long did the whole project take?
This whole room?
Yeah.
Calendar days took about a month, but that was mostly working on the weekends, a little bit in the evenings, but usually not much. So it's about what I thought it would take for an amateur.
Mm-hmm. The windows look nice and clean.
Yeah. I think it looks great in here.
It's nice. Gonna get some art on the wall. I want it centered on the wall, basically. I think it needs to go a little more to the left. Finally hanging my rooster back up. I painted that like 20 years ago. Still love it.
Perfect.
Ah, yes. Cool. I think it looks good hanging over our yellow shelf.
The drawer shelf.
Yeah, it's a drawer we got at a salvage yard. Upcycled. Sweet. What was that? Hey, where's our dog?
The tile's moving.
I didn't realize our dog would be camouflaged.
He'll sneak up on you now.
Our cat likes to sit up here, away from someone. I won't say any names. We like to find creative uses for things. These are some old vintage canisters that now hold socks.
Comparing Amboise and Austin, one of the biggest lifestyle differences for us is that in Austin we have to do lots of driving.
Lots of driving. Lot always driving. Going to lunch? Get in your car. Going to a store? Get in your car. Want to go to a coffee shop? Oh, there's one we can walk to, but mostly we get in the car.
But in the summertime, it's so hot. Who wants to walk in?
Yeah, it's too hot to walk anyway. Greyhound bus that is out of business. A huge part of our lives, our sport, our main social network, our hobby, is roller derby. It's a full contact sport played on roller skates. And yes, it's as crazy as it sounds. We both skate. I've been playing derby since 2011, and Patrick has been a referee almost as long. I thought I'd show you a typical supermarket. This is what our cheese selection is like at our local H-E-B. We have some really good cheeses that we can get here, including a lot of French ones. And the variety is pretty good, but it's not nearly as big of a selection as your typical grocery store in France. It's also a lot more expensive. But the baguettes here are just sad. That's just one of the many reasons I'm super excited to be going back to Amboise in just 2 weeks. So make sure you're subscribed to catch my next video from the land of good bread. Au revoir.
Thanks for watching, y'all. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next video.